This video is about my experience with adapting lenses to the FujiFilm X-H1. For a little over 5 weeks, I've taken the Fringer adapter, the FujiFilm X-H1, and the Canon 16-35 f4 out into 4 different locations. Out on 4 different occasions. This office, a bookstore and restaurant, a lakefront, and in a city setting, downtown Chicago. The results were better than I thought. I think F-Log is very easy to work with. The image is very flat when straight out of the camera, but as soon as you add contrast, saturation, and bring out the highlights, I mean, it looks good. Something I did not like was a lack of a flip out screen. I don't mind it when I'm behind the camera, but when I am in front of it, it's a real struggle. So throughout this non-scientific test, what I wanted to see was mostly just focus and hunting, and if the experience was good enough for where I am right now and what I'm looking for in a camera. But I'll get to what I like most out of the camera in the end. But I do want to preface that with the camera is a great camera, especially when you're creating content from behind the camera. But there's workarounds for when you're in front of the camera. It's definitely a powerful tool that I am looking forward to using on bigger projects that I will be releasing on this channel. Now on to adapting. First thing first, having the ability to adapt Canon lenses to the Fujifilm camera is awesome within itself. Using Canon lenses I dreamed of using way back in the day is the icing on the cake. With the Fringer adapter, you actually get to use the lens, the autofocus and all, the aperture ring that lets you control the aperture even with the lenses that doesn't have an aperture ring, and it gives you that Fujifilm experience. I mean, I've talked about the Canon 16-35 in a couple other videos. It is a great lens. The sensor in the X-H1 is stabilized, and paired with the Canon 16-35 stabilization makes it a great combo. And you get the autofocus and everything. Just that combination is like, it's a great lens and camera combo. You get to utilize the professional or the high grade glass that's in the Canon lens, plus the stabilization that's in the lens, and the stabilization that's on or in the Fujifilm X-H1. Now on to the downsides. So the lens wasn't wide enough. I found that when I was in front of the lens, there was a ton of hunting, which I think was because I was moving around too much. Because when I was behind the camera filming other people or things, I did not experience hunting at all whatsoever. So I kind of blame that one on me. But the thing is you would want the lens and the camera to perform, you know, at least 70 to 80% of the time when you're in front of the camera, or either when you're behind it. And just that downside, just that piece is what really pulled me away from this setup. But I would like to say the more I use the X-H1, the more I fall in love with it. When it comes to functionality, it takes some time to really learn a camera, especially when you are someone who uses more than one camera body from different manufacturers like myself, where I mainly shoot Sony, but I love to shoot Fuji. And switching back and forth between the two does take, it's some real juggling there. And now this is all subjective, it's from my own perspective. You know, if you are someone who's adapting Fujifilm lenses and cameras and stuff like that, just, you know, I would like to hear your experience as well. So let me know down in the comments. Now, will I consider adapting for future projects? I would say yes and no. So I returned the Fringer adapter. I am selling all of my Canon lenses because I'm going another route with my photography and I no longer need the glass, but I will be creating more content with the X-H1 with third-party and native lenses. So do keep a lookout for more videos on my experience using the X-H1, the X100F, and using third-party lenses with the Fujifilm X-H1. If you have any recommendations on which glass you would like me to try out, do leave a comment below. Let me know what you would recommend for third-party lenses on the Fuji system. But yeah, I returned the Fringer adapter and I sold all of my Canon glass. I did enjoy using it, but it just didn't meet what I was looking for. definitely try out adapting lenses to the Fuji system. Your experience may be completely different than mine. Maybe I was using it wrong, but do check out this playlist on adapting lenses to the FujiFilm X-H1. More lenses will be added once I start adapting again and when I use third-party lenses. But that's it for today. I want to thank you for joining. Stay awesome.